Hello, beautiful, wonderful people of the DeFi universe. Welcome to zkLink's YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. For those of you who have heard of us, welcome. For those of you who just happened to stumble into our portal, welcome too. And you're going to have a great time learning about our wonderful capabilities and position in the DeFi universe. What is zkLink, you may ask? ZK, if you have been in the know of the DeFi universe, means zero knowledge technology. So zkLink is a trustless chain-to-chain decentralized exchange based on the ZK zero knowledge technology. As the bridging component amongst isolated chains and layer 2 networks, zkLink makes it possible for native assets on separate ecosystems. Think of Solana, think of the Ethereum net, think of Binance Smart Chain, separate ecosystems. We allow these separate ecosystems to interoperate and pair with each other. Suppose that traders are able to swap from SRM or Solana for cake on Binance Smart Chain within 45 seconds. And developers will be provided with zkLink SDK for users to enjoy fast cross-chain swapping without leaving their platforms. This all happens in a secure, safe, cost-friendly, low-gas fee experience where we adopt the recursive snarks to guarantee the validity of cross-chain transactions. So what are the most common transactions on DeFi exchanges? Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is swapping, where one would go and swap tokens from different altcoins from one to another. But usually, what happens is you may not get all the different pairs that you want to in certain exchanges. One of zkLink's finest features is direct swapping with multi-chain tokens with the zero-knowledge technology built in. Based on the automated market maker AMM model, it also features instant finality of transactions versus a typically long waiting time with other cross-chain solutions, with a key feature being no intermediary required, as direct liquidity pairs with native assets from separate chains are built from. In Layer 2 stable swap, liquidity pools composed of the same kind of tokens on separate chains, such as, let's say, USDT on the ERC20 network and USDT on the BEP network, with a stablecoin specialized AMM curve with very, very low slippage. Also, fast chain cross swaps, where fast chain transaction services for certain pairs, where traders can enjoy chain interoperability between the layer 1 without depositing tokens on the zkLink's layer 2 in advance. So these validity of cross-chain transactions are guaranteed with the recursive snarks, and obviously this is a bit for the more advanced DeFi user. Coming up next, we're going to give you a quick tutorial on how to navigate our testnet, where you can get a sneak preview into the workings and operations of the platform before we officially launch it. So we're going to divide the tutorial into a few different timestamps right below, so you can navigate into the portions that you may need some help with when you're in the testnet. Otherwise, please hop on in, strap it up, and go for the ride, because we are going to the moon. For those whose demands are merely cross-chain swapping instead of layer 2 ecosystem scenarios such as farming and loaning, they can simply achieve their goals via fast cross-chain swap on layer 1. Target tokens will be on their layer 1 wallet in only a few blocks time. Introducing fast withdrawal technology, zkLink has managed to call on layer 2 liquidity pool on layer 1 for state-of-the-art cross-chain transaction user experience, where you can enjoy chain interoperability with fewer steps on layer 1 without depositing tokens to zkLink layer 2 in advance, and get your target coins on your layer 1 wallet within a few minutes. On zkLink layer 2 network, direct swapping with multi-chain tokens is now possible without an intermediary and with real-time finality. This is achieved by AMM-based liquidity pools that are composed of two native tokens from separate chains. There will be no boundary between two ecosystems on zkLink, and local assets can be easily traded globally. For example, Users are able to swap UNI on Ethereum for cake on Binance Smart Chain via zkLink with only one click. One can withdraw targeted tokens to respective chains for optimal capital allocation. Has swapping various stablecoins or anchored assets such as ETH and BTC from different chains caused you inconvenience and confusion? Now, zkLink presents Layer 2 Mirror, a stablecoin specialized AMM with negligible slippage in our same, easy to navigate, user-friendly interface. The universe of DeFi has many key components and players involved in the thick of the action. zkLink supports both EVM-compatible and EVM-incompatible chains, where users can link and enjoy chain interoperability with assets on Layer 2 network with a central exchange user experience. A secure cross-chain liquidity transfer solution for third-party DeFi projects in forms of embedded components, with no coding required and only a few steps to be plugged in. For developers, zkLink SDK would help your users to quickly swap target tokens from anywhere, lowering the participation cost to your platform. With the support from fast cross-chain swap, zkLink provides a brand new deposit channel for third-party DeFi projects by offering visualization component, which takes only a few steps to be plugged in and no coding required. With zkLink widget settled, users can play with third-party DeFi such as vaults, lending, etc. with any kind of assets from any public chains. As a developer, imagine that your user needs to stake UNI to participate in a campaign on your platform. But the only token that he or she has is cake. If zkLink widget is plugged into your protocol, that user can simply swap his or her cake to UNI without even navigating out of the website. Hello everybody, welcome back to zkLink. Here we are at the web page for our testnet app, and we will enter the app from the link. So before we start off any operations in this testnet, we need to make sure that we have a MetaMask wallet. For those of you who have a MetaMask wallet as a Chrome extension, fantastic, you're all set up. For those who don't, I think you can go to YouTube and see plenty of resources available to set it up and configure it for your MetaMask wallet. So I'm going to go into my wallet right now. I have set up a test account specifically for this demonstration. I'll go through step-by-step process on how to set up the test networks, how to get the free gas tokens from the Faucet, and then how we're going to run through some of the basic components and features of the zkLink network, like a swap, liquidity, and so on and so forth. Okay, so very quickly, we are going into our MetaMask wallet right now. And if we go into the MetaMask wallet, we see a few default test networks: Ropsten, Coven, RINKERBY, and Goerli. RINKERBY and Goerli, these number 3 and 4, these are two networks that we will be using, and we will be adding 2 extra networks. I will show you how. Let's go into the testnet user guide right here. Okay, so what you see is how to participate in the zkLink testnet in English. We have talked about MetaMask, so let's jump through that. And we need to add 2 networks, HECO and Polygon. So we go into our MetaMask right here. Let's go into a custom RPC. Okay, I will repeat that again. MetaMask, go into this field, go to custom RPC. Here is where you can manually input the network names and configure it to the network that we want to use. So what we can see here right now, test HECO, RPC, chain ID, symbol, and explorer. It is exactly the fields that's required in our manual addition. So I've already done this before, so my computer registers it. Otherwise, you might need to copy and paste, or better still, just type it off the computer, because the moment you get out of MetaMask and do a copy, your MetaMask reverts back to the original page. So I would recommend that you would write it down manually, type it down manually rather. Okay, so I'm going to very quickly run through this, and you can see that these are already configured in my fields. Okay, have a quick double check, save, and this network will now be officially in our test network. We're going to do one more time, this time for the Polygon testnet. So repeat the same process again. I'll just run through this very quickly. So this is called Mumbai testnet. RPC would be chain ID, MATIC, and Block Explorer will be this one. Just have a quick run through. It is correct. Save it. Okay, now we're done. We have the 4 test networks that we need for the operability with MetaMask and zkLink: Goerli, RINKERBY, Test, HECO, and Mumbai testnet. Okay, so let's get out of MetaMask for a second and go back to our page. So how it is all connected is we have a Faucet guide. Let's come down here. These are the RPC networks that will give us the free gas tokens for us to play around with. And these test tokens will go directly into our MetaMask wallets, and then we need to subsequently deposit these gas tokens and free tokens into the zkLink platform. Let me explain. So once we get into the Faucet page, let's go into the RPC network testnets. Click on this link by RINKERBY. You would see this page. What we need to do now is to quickly go into the Twitter feed. So an automated message will pop up requesting Faucet funds. What you need to do is to get your MetaMask address and paste it over these default numbers. Okay, once you make the tweet goes up, and you copy this URL address, go back to the field right here, paste it, and request for some ether. Let's ask for 3 ethers. So there is a 8-hour time frame before you can ask for the next one, and depending on how much you are looking for, you can request accordingly. So it says funding has been accepted. So by this measure, we should see RINKERBY being okay, let's go into RINKERBY. So it says we have received 3 Ethereum. There it is. We've received 3 Ethereum. It's just popped in our account. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on all the different testnet faucets before we go into how we deposit the actual gas tokens into the zkLink platform. Let's go to HECO. Faucet is right here. So it's a slightly different format in the fact that you don't have to make a tweet, which makes things a bit easier. So this was, apologize. Let's go back to our MetaMask test account, and since this is our HECO, just to show you, we currently have nothing in our HECO account, 0 HT, but let's paste it here. So see, we have now gotten 0.5 HT tokens. So there was a success. I think there was a little bit of congestion earlier. That's why we didn't get the first round. For the final testnet, let's go into the Polygon testnet to get our tokens. Faucet and MATIC. Okay, same process. Copy your wallet address, paste it here. I think this should be the most straightforward process of them all. It says confirmation, click confirm, and let's go into our Mumbai testnet. So we have successfully been transferred the test tokens from MATIC. That's it. So it was from a 0, now we have a 1 MATIC. So everything's in place except the Goerli network. I think the Goerli network requires you to have a functioning and established Twitter account, which I have set up a test one just for the sake of these purposes. But other than that, I think we're free to go into the actual next step, which is depositing our gas tokens into the zkLink platform. Okay, so once we've done our free gas tokens from the faucets, let's go back into the zkLink page and let's go into our home page. As you can see, we currently have no assets and we have nothing in our wallets because it's not connected. So we need to play around with our MetaMask and bring our gas tokens, free tokens, into our zkLink testnet. So let's go into our MetaMask. It's in test account. We've got one MATIC here in the Mumbai testnet. So let's try the MATIC testnet. Let's deposit. Okay, currently it says we have no tokens. So what the problem is, it says here we're in the Polygon testnet and it says connect wallet. So right now we are not, our wallet's not connected. So let's connect here. Your MetaMask automatically show up. So you just sign it off. So you've got one MATIC here and you should be able to select a token. It says one MATIC. So you can have up to a maximum of one MATIC from your wallet, MetaMask wallet, into your zkLink account. But for the sake of this purpose, let's not use one, let's use 0.95 and have a little bit of it for the gas fees. So let's deposit this. MetaMask will hint you to tell you that there is a 0.0027 gas fee. So this will be the total amount that you would be outgoing from your MetaMask wallet. Let's do a confirmation. Deposit submitted. Okay, so you have your scan information and deposit history. Let's go back and see if we have received our tokens in our... Okay, MetaMask is telling us the transaction has been confirmed, but it's still not yet shown in our wallet. Why is this so? Okay, I think this simulates a real world example where there would be a bit of a lag time for the transaction to take place. But sometimes let's do a quick refresh and see if the transaction has already been taken place. When you refresh, your MetaMask wallet is automatically disconnected. So let's connect again. You can see that your MetaMask now has the remaining MATIC left and your 0.95 plus gas fees that should be coming into our account very shortly. Okay, so while we are waiting for this, let us also bring our other gas tokens into the zkLink account. So let us now go into the HECO testnet and let's start to work our way back. Alright, let's allow it to switch the networks. So we have 0.5 HECO tokens as we have gotten from the from the Faucet earlier. We will do a deposit, follow the similar process, and if you select a token, you see that we have 0.5. So let us put in 0.45. Leave a little bit for the gas. Right, 0.45 HECO token, deposit. MetaMask will show us a conversion rate, show us the gas fees required, and it should be enough. Let's confirm it. Deposit that has been submitted. While this is being processed, Etherscan will show you a confirmation once it's been processed. And since while we are waiting for everything to come in, there it is. Let's just close it for the time being. So we have a transaction receipt now. Let's go into our explorers. Okay, let's ignore this for the time being. So let's connect our wallet again. Every time you log out of the page, you need to connect the wallet again. Okay, so HECO has come in first, whereas MATIC has still pretty much in the waiting list. So let us keep note of that and move on to the next two RINKERBY and goerli testnets. Okay, so for goerli we need to use our MetaMask directly because it is a default test network in the MetaMask wallet. No big deal, let's just do it. If you remember earlier, this gas token was rejected because I did not have a full functioning Twitter account to launch this Faucet gas claim. So for the time being, let's move to RINKERBY. RINKERBY will request us to connect the wallet. So we have 3 Ethereums from the RINKERBY test network. And let's go into RETH, 3 Ethereums. And let's take out 2.9. Okay, let's confirm it. Deposited, submitted. So as you can see, our deposit history, we've got MATIC, we've got RETH and HT. Okay, let's go back to our home page. Okay, we're still waiting for the other gas tokens to arrive in our layer 2 wallet. Let's do a quick refresh. Reconnect back our wallets. Okay, so it seems like there is a bit of waiting time. So while we are waiting, let's take a little break and come back in a short while. Now we have all the 3 different tokens that we have obtained from the Faucet. And from the Faucet we have put them into our layer 2 wallet in zkLink. So we can see the respective amounts of gas tokens that's available to us. So for the next phase, we are going to go into the layer 2 swap right here. Okay, so what we can do right now is to see what are the available swaps that we can do with the amount of tokens we have. So let us start with RINKERBY. Just as a side note, you can only swap RINKERBY tokens with other RINKERBY tokens that are in the list, such as these: Auto, Uni, Sushi, USDT, USDC, for example. So let us go into Uni. Okay, Uni is they give you an exchange rate which is 1 RETH to about 201 Uni. Okay, let's do some swap. Let's take 1 Uni and they'll automatically calculate how much. Sorry, let's do 1 RETH and we get about 161.64 Uni. And it says here activate account. Let's just click it anyway. It will go into your MetaMask, asking you that it's for your authorization. Let's do this per normal, signing it up. So the platform will be linked back and it will do its work automatically. You will see that there are these parameters that are very usual to a swap exchange platform. Usually in the DEXs, you would have a price impact, a liquidity provider fee, and a slippage tolerance. What you can do before you swap is to set the parameters to your preferred amount. Well, normally I don't like to have too high a slippage. I'm going to put it at 0.5. So just to make sure it's at 0.5, perfect. And this is a swap record of your recent transactions, which we don't have at this point. Okay, so we have set the slippage tolerance to 0.5. For those of you who don't know what slippage tolerance is, I think you can go check out on other YouTube tutorials. Essentially, it is, to summarize it, how much that you may possibly lose out because of the different transaction bid and asking prices. So I will press swap right now. It will give you a confirmation tab that you will receive at least this much. I looked at it. It seems like it's a reasonable amount, not much of a problem. I will click confirm swap. So the testnet will bring me back to MetaMask, and the swap is done. Isn't that great and easy? And that's not all. We have a huge variety of different swaps that we can do on the zkLink platform. But before we go and do more swaps, let us have a quick look at how our last swap has turned out. So you would see we would have reduced by 1 RETH. At the same time, we have 161.64 uni tokens. So we are now increasing the diversity of our tokens in our wallet just by the method of using the swaps on our platform. Let's find another swap to do, shall we? Let's go into another different platform. Let's go MATIC. MATIC has been keeping us waiting for a little bit just now for it to be deposited. So let us go into a Polygon testnet that we can use. Let's go into quick. Okay, so there is an exchange rate for this, and one MATIC is a lot of quick. I'm not sure if we want to do it, but why not? Let's have a go. So let's take 0.2 MATICs, and we get 0.689 quick tokens. I think that is fair to have a quick go at it. Slippage tolerances would all be similar to the ones, will be the same as our previous settings, so let's not change it. Let's click swap. Everything looks to be in order. Confirm swap. MetaMask will be brought in. Approve. Ta-da! So it's done. So the basic steps of the zkLink platform will be very similar to other decentralized exchanges if you have some experience with them. But if you have not, and zkLink is the first DEX that you have been to, firstly, congratulations. Secondly, I think you have a really great time navigating our different features on our testnet, and soon obviously to be on the main net. Alright, just for the record, let's do one final swap. And let's use our, what was the last token that we had? We had HT. Okay, HT belongs to the HECO testnet, so we need to scroll down to see what's available on HECO testnet to be swapped. What about USDT? Okay, USDT is currently, this exchange rate looks to be a little bit off, but let's just see what happens. That's when we, okay, so we've got an exchange rate. 1 HT is equal to 10,000 USDT. Let's do the swap. Confirm. Approve. Done. So right now we have done 3 different swaps on 3 different testnets. Do you feel like doing more? We can. Let's go into RINKERBY again. Let's find something else to swap. We did a uni swap with RINKERBY RETH earlier, so let's find something else to swap into. What about XVS? XVS sounds good. Let's swap 1 Ethereum 24.76 XVS. So as you can see, the options and possibilities are endless with the amount of swaps we can do. Let's try something else that you may not have seen. Can we now cross-chain and swap? We have now let's go back to our RINKERBY. Let's do Uniswap. Can we do Uniswap into, say, BUSD? Yes, we can. How interesting is that? So from a RINKERBY ERC20 token, we can do a swap into a Goerli Binance USD token, and the exchange rate is 1 to 2. So let's do about half of what we have, 80 uni tokens. We get 161 BUSD. Everything remains the same. Let's click swap. Done. Simple as ABC. And let's go into our homepage wallet to summarize everything once again. Look at this. We now have a very, very rich portfolio and assortment of coins and tokens that we have successfully swapped from our gas tokens. Okay, so right now I think we have done enough swaps. For one, we have done swaps that are within the testnet chains. We have also done a cross-chain swap. So that makes things very interesting. This is something that you cannot find on other decentralized exchanges except zkLink. And for the next stage of our testnet presentation, let's go into a liquidity pool right here. Okay, for those who don't know what liquidity pools are, I think the information is out there. You can find out a little bit more about it if you need to get into it deeper. I will show. For those of you who do not know what liquidity pools are, I think you can find out more on the internet resources. So for those who do, let's head right in. Okay, so when you add liquidity, you earn 0.25% of all trades proportional to the share of this pool. All these are testnet versions. In the mainnet, there may be some changes in variety, so let's not worry about the details for now. Let's just work on the operation and the smoothness and the user friendliness of the platform. Let's select one token. Let's select USDT, and let's select XVS. We have, I'll put 1,000. I think that's not enough for us. Okay, let's go into this. Okay, let's put a small liquidity pool. 20 XVS, it's about 19.3 USDT. So it's a very, very small share of the pool, but let's just supply it. It gives us an overview of how much we've deposited, what the rates are, and more importantly, what the share of the pool is. It's a very, very tiny little share. It's 600,000 of a percent. Well, let's just go for it. Confirm supply. MetaMask will once again acknowledge it, just like in the main decentralized exchanges. Your MetaMask will always seek your approval before you authorize a swap. So we are now done. Let's go into the home page. Below the wallet, you will see a statistic. So this is our first liquidity pool that we have put in. So now we're going to show you how to remove liquidity from a liquidity pool. It's very simple actually. We go into the tab liquidity. We don't see it individually on this page, but if we go into the specific liquidity pool that we have put in, we have the option of add and remove. So let's go into remove, and they'll give you an option from 100% all the way down to any amount that you think is appropriate. So this is a very nice slider that we can decide how much we want to remove. For the sake of this purpose, let's take out everything and remove this liquidity pool. MetaMask will automate it, and let's close it. So you will receive a notification of the transaction. So transaction is down here, and one of our liquidity pools is gone. So everything is in place, and we have now completed our first part of the testnet tutorial. For the other options like mirror stable swap and farming, we will be giving a separate tutorial once it's ready for testing. Once again, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your participation in our testnet trial, and we welcome any feedback and comments you have. Please go into our Discord channel, Telegram channel, or Twitter account to give us any of your feedback, and we look forward to hear from you. Thank you and ciao ciao. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Thank you for staying with us for the testnet tutorial. We hope you have learned something new to help you navigate the exciting and wonderful DeFi universe. If you found this video useful, click like, subscribe, and the bell icon to receive notifications of any future updates from zkLink. So signing off and take care. Peace out, guys. To the moon.